battery. So as you can see, the battery is disconnected. Next, you want to remove the plastic cover on top of the engine, which I don't remember where I put it, but oh, here it is. It should look something like this. Like this. Just remove it. Next, you want to remove your harness for the spark plugs, which just push on it and remove it. You want to remove your coils, just 4 of them. I believe these are 10 millimeter bolts. Once you remove that, you want to focus on the harness, so remove your 4 injectors. Just push on it. You're going to want to remove your do all 4. Let me do this real quick. Okay, you want to remove your hose right here. Okay. So right now I'm going to focus on just the harness. So it will be the alternator. I believe this is a remove the cap. I think that's a 10 millimeter, and all you do is just push on this right here on this side, and you remove that. Your 10, your AC compressor, just the harness. That you just push on it. You want to push on that little thing. Maybe you guys can see it. This one right here. Push on this. All your sensors over here. So let me focus on the harness and the fuel line. Okay, so I got the fuel injectors removed. I got the ignition coils removed. I got this. I think this is the VVT solenoid removed. I believe this is it. I'm gonna have to remove. That's removed. Okay. Got this hose that goes to the head, to the valve cover removed. I have this sensor right here. I don't know if you guys can see it right here, where my finger's at, down here. How you do that, you just push on that and remove that. Okay, these little clips right here, just push them, pull up. Same goes for this. Just right here, push it and it comes, slide it out. There's another one over here. Okay, there's a fuel rail should be next. This fuel line for the fuel rail is this. Just pull it down. It should come off. I'm gonna show you guys a trick what I like doing for this. But yeah, hold on. Okay, so usually they sell a plastic thing that you put in there and you get the grooves inside or teeth, whatever, that hold to the rail to disconnect the fuel line. Okay, as you guys see, usually I get a clamp, okay, like this, and make me something like this around, like, see it, around the same size. You get this, and just wrap it around like this. Bear with me. Okay, so you just wrap it around there until it goes in there. So you guys can see it. Once it goes in there, just push on it. I'm gonna get some pliers, push on it. Or you can get a screwdriver, it don't matter. Like that. Just push on it. Show you guys, hold on. Okay, that's out. See, so what I do, so this is the hose right here, right? Right. The hose goes in there. I don't know if you can see the little groove, the little things that hold it in there. So look, push in it, it's in there. You get this. You want that to go in there, like that. Obviously there's gonna be more in, like this, but you get this, you put pressure on it, you hold it, you just maneuver it like this so it goes in. Then you bring your line forward and it should get it, and then you just push it back and it should come off. This is my little tool right here. This is what I like using for a few lines. It's universal, works on most of them, so yeah. Okay, gas is out the line, off the fuel rail. So next you want to remove all these grounds right here, these brackets. So that's a 10, 10, a 10. You want to remove your hoses that go to the head. It's this one, and I believe you got might have to remove these two back here. I'm not sure, these two. But you basically want to clean out your whole head. Make sure it's clean so when you remove it, nothing onto it. You want to remove your intake manifold, your fuel rail. So I believe these are 12s or 13s. So you want to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. 7, and I'm not sure if it has more, but as of right now it looks like 7. I'll keep you guys updated as soon as I remove it. Okay, so the intake manifold is removed. It's right here. So it was 12mm bolts. So you're gonna have 1 bolt, 2, 3 bolts, and the one down here. Which is 1, 2, 3, and this one. Yeah. Then you want to remove your hoses. This one, your 2 cooler ones that run through here, which is this one and I believe this one. No. Where's it at? This one right here. These two. And then you got two nuts right here, which is upper ones. This one. They're all 12. It should look something like that. Next, you want to remove, I think this is a knock sensor. Just push on it. They're kind of tight because they seize up. This one, you want to remove, what's this, your, this is another sensor down there. But, clear your whole harness out. Okay, you got your oil pressure sensor right here. Push that, it should come off too. Now this one, just push on it. It should come off. Okay. Now it should look something like this. Now you want to lift your whole harness upwards, back, so when you remove the head. So like this, all this. back. Okay, so my harness is good. Next is 212s for the fuel rail and the fuel injectors right here. Try to loosen up. All you do is just lift this up. Oh, I forgot this 10 right here. Okay, so I'm gonna remove that 10 and this should come up. Be careful not to leave the O-rings in there for the fuel injectors. So everything's cleaned up. Got the harness out the way. Intake manifold removed. Hoses. Everything looks bare over here. So next, I'm gonna remove the exhaust manifold. These are 12s. 12, 12 down there. There's a 12 right here, 12 over there, 12 over here, and a 12 right there. We'll remove this cover and remove the manifold, the piping to it. After that, I'm gonna remove the serpentine belt. I'm gonna put a jack underneath the motor though and lift it because I'm gonna have to remove the mount. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove this motor mount to have more access to remove the belt. Yeah, let me look into it and I'll explain it to you guys as I do it right now. Okay, so I removed the exhaust. There was 4 12s. Four 12s and one. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 more 12s that hold the exhaust to the head, and underneath the car. Probably get it from the top, but you won't be able to see it. So let me show you. Okay, underneath the car, the engine block, you have a bracket, and then you have this 14. So you want to remove this 14. See? And that should be loose. Slide it out. You want to drain your coolant. Okay. Oh. And you do that by twisting this little, where's it at? I don't know if you guys can see this. Right here. Right there. Yeah, twisting this. Right here. Twist it. And you catch your coolant. To remove the serpentine belt, you have to loosen up the tensioner. It's a 19. I don't know if you guys can see it. This right here, right here. It's a 19, and do it towards your right. Yeah, towards your right, and loosen up your belt. So the belt's loose. So next I'm gonna loosen up my I don't think I have to remove the motor mount, but let me go. No, next I'm gonna remove my tensioner because I have to remove this cover. Here's the timing cover. So yeah, I'm gonna remove this tensioner. That's I believe this is I want to say a 17. Let's try a 11, 16th. Yep, 11, 16th. I did it. So let me loosen this up. Let me see. Damn, that thing's on there. Yeah, let me loosen up this bolt. Alright, so I use the 11, 16th to get a hold of it. I don't know if you guys can see right there. Then I got another wrench to make leverage on it and loosen it up. So just to show you guys how it works. I got a hold of it. There you go. So let me remove it. Let me remove that bolt, and then I'm gonna proceed from there. Okay, so to clear the tensioner bolt, you're gonna have to remove one, two. You guys can see. There's one. There's two right there, and there's one right here underneath the steering. It's just a power steering reservoir right here. 314mm bolts to lift the motor up with the jack. Make sure you put a piece of wood or something so you won't damage the oil pan. Just lift it up a little bit to give you clearance to remove the bolt for the idler tensioner. Which is right there. See that? That clearance from the frame, the engine bay frame to the bolt. But other than that, once I remove that, I believe there's one more that goes to the head. I think that's looks like a 12 or a 13, but I'll show you guys right now. It's a very long bolt, so you guys can see. Should come out. You guys have to remove this bolt right here. Is it at this one? That goes to the back of the head. I think that's I want to say it's maybe a 12. Let's try a key, a wrench. I think it's a 12. Yep. Damn it, this little thing's tight. Yep, it's a 12. But that's already on there. Then that should bring the whole idler tensioner off the timing cover. I'm removing this though because I have to remove the timing cover. Okay, you guys can see. Okay. It's off. Get that bolt. Get this sucker out right here. nuts out. Okay. Now, I think I have to go down there and check. Okay, so I removed the power steering pump. It's being held by two 14mm bolts and the nut. The nut, it's on the inside of the power steering pump. So you want to get behind it. These are bolts and these are the nuts. There's two of them. So it goes like this. Bolt goes right here, and there's one that goes on top. You can see the head of the bolt in the back. They go right there, and up here. I removed them, but it goes like this. The nut goes right here. So you get behind it with the 14mm. Then you can hold the nut with your fingers, and it should loosen up. Then you can just loosen it up with your fingers. Once that comes off, the pump's pretty it's on there on the base. So what you do, you want to make a little leverage down here and just lift on it right here slowly. You don't want to put so much, but you see it moving. Once that moves, try lifting it. See if it comes up. Nope, not yet. Put some more. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's get down here. Nope. Let's see, can we get some more leverage? Just keep making leverage right here. Let's see. Hold on, it's pretty hard because I'm recording and I'm only doing it with one hand. But it should slide out. Probably have to get a pray bar. Okay, so I removed it because it's gonna give me access to all these bolts right here for the timing cover. So next I'm gonna have to remove this crankshaft pulley. Let me get to that. Okay, so the crankshaft pulley's out. It was a 19mm bolt. It was removed. Looks like that. So next, I believe I'm gonna have to remove the this bracket right here for the motor mount to clear up axes, and then probably the water pump. So let me remove this, and I'll let you guys know right now. This is a 14. 14, I believe, has two 14s on the bottom. One on this side and one on this other side, underneath them. So to remove the motor mount, you have a 14 right there, 14 here, a 14 here, all bolts, and then you have two 14 nuts on the bottom. You get access to those with a ratchet and a 14 deep socket. So to remove the bracket for the motor mount, it's 1, 2, 3 14mm bolts and a 12. This goes to the alternator. This goes. All these three go to the timing cover. And it goes like this. So these are going to be underneath. Okay, so to remove the valve cover, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 10s, and except this one, this is a 12. And mine came off pretty easy, but usually they stick. So valve cover is removed. Alternator was removed. Got a 14 on the bottom and a 12 on top. So now I have access to the timing cover. I'll be removing the water pump. Those are 10mm bolts. I believe you got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You got 5 10mm bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And that should come off the... Well, it looks pretty dirty, so it might be stuck on there. So I'm going to have to probably get a screwdriver and press on it. Once this comes off, all the bolts off the cover are coming off, and the cover should come off. Okay, water pump was removed. You got 6 bolts. You got 4 long ones and 2 short ones, 10mm. So it went like this. It was a long bolt, long bolt, long bolt, short, long, short. Okay, so I removed the bolts and the nuts for the timing cover. I want to give you guys a quick hint. If you try removing the cover, these power steering, the hoses and the lines and all that right here, ain't gonna let you remove the cover. So you have the option of either moving the hoses out the way or just removing the screw. I don't know if you guys can see the head of it. That's a 5mm. So what you do, you just move your hose, get in there, and just remove that screw. Once you do that, you'll have access to removing the timing cover. Remember, it's a 5mm, just the head of it. Yeah, I'll show you guys as soon as I remove it. Okay, so the timing cover is off. Remember, that's a 5 to get the tip right here. You guys can see it, the tip, 5, and this is a 4, the tip, to allow you access to remove the cover, so you won't have to remove everything else. And give you guys the number of bolts in case you guys lose count or misplace your bolts and nuts. Okay, so you had one, two, the short ones for your right there. Short one is for your sensor, and this goes here. Then so this is what it looks like. You got one, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 10mm bolts and 3 12mm bolts. You got I believe another one of those goes here. If I'm correct, this goes here. Let me look at the engine block. Okay. How did this one go? Yeah, I'll figure it out when I put it back. But then you got your 10, the little one that holds your wiring for your crankshaft sensor. But that's what it looks like right there. So the timing chain guides are removed. Okay, so this was a 12 and 2 10s, 10 and a 10, and of course the tensioner that went right here on your timing cover. It goes here, but that's already out. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna relieve the pressure from the camshaft. I believe it has a sequence order. Let me check, double check. Let me double check my system, but I believe this has a sequence order to remove and to tighten up, to torque down. So this is what the removal order is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. It's the removal order. That's the front of the engine. Okay, so I loosened up all my bolts. You got a I2, 3, I4, and I5. The I stands for intake. And you got E2, 3, E4, and E5. The E stands for exhaust. So they're labeled for you. So just remember when you install them back, the order was removal order was you remove this first, then this way, then you jump back to the center, and this, and this, and then you jump out to the center. That's the removal. To tying up, you're gonna start from the center, work yourself out, 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 this, that, out. No. Let me correct that. You're gonna start center, this, that, this, no, this should be last. So then I'll explain that, and then once you're done with this, you jump to the center, this, that, then that. That's gonna be the process. So remember, center and outwards. And the sequence for the torque on that, I have that right here in the system. Which is it says check the clearance. So if you plan on removing the sprocket, you're going to torque that down to 40 foot-pounds according to this. So there's the order to tighten them up. And it says examine the front marks and numbers and check that the sequence order is as shown in the illustration. Then tighten the bolts, torque to 10 foot-pounds. So that's the first round, 10 foot-pounds. It says put the number 2 cam shaft on the cylinder head. So then you install the cam and your bolts. So that's the whole order to tighten up the whole sequence. So then you tighten everything up to 10 foot-pounds. And then second round is 17 foot-pounds. And the camshaft sprocket's at 40. So you tighten up all the bolts for the caps to 10. First round's 10, then 17. Tensioners are at 80 inch-pounds. Oh, that was it. That's the torque you give the the caps. So you put them on 10 foot-pounds and then 17 foot-pounds, and the sprocket goes at 40 foot-pounds. I'll be removing the so what I'm doing here, I'm taking off the load off the valves because I didn't time the engine before removing everything, but I'll be removing the camshaft. Once I remove the camshaft, I'll take the load off the valves. I'm going to rotate the bottom of the block, and I'm going to leave it at top dead center, so the bottom of the block is going to be timed. So then when I reinstall my head, I'll just align these marks, and I'll time the engine. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So there's the removal of the bolts for the cylinder head. It says use several steps for me to loosen and remove the 10 cylinder head bolts with a bi-hexagon branch 10 millimeter. In the sequence shown in the illustration, remove the 10 cylinder head bolts and 11 plate washers. So that's the removal sequence. And I removed the cams and everything, so now there's no pressure on the valves. So those are the bolts down there. Once that comes off, the head should come right up. So that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. So the tool looks like this. It's a 10 millimeter. Be sure to use this, because if you use a torque, because you can fit a torque 55 and you will strip the bolts. So make sure you use something like this. It's a hex bit socket set. Is a 10 millimeter. So this is what you want to use. This and a breaker bar with an extension. Breaker bar. With extension. Right here. It should fit perfectly good on there. Okay, so my head gasket was removed, and this was the failure in the head gasket. It was right here, and right here. I don't know if you guys can see. It was worn out already. Watch. Let me open this up. Right there. You can see this light. Right here, look. Right there. See that? It's blown already. Right there. This one was somewhat good, and this one was already shot out. Right here. Look at that. But I'll be inspecting the bolts. Make sure they're good still, according to the specs in my system. but this is the video, man. So I'll be taking the head to the shop now so they could inspect it, make sure it didn't warp up on me. But yeah, man, if you find this video helpful, give me some likes. If you have any questions, drop some comments, or subscribe, man. Thank you guys. Hope I saved you guys some money, and hopefully this video helps out a lot. So thank you guys, and you guys have a good day.